All right. Happy Wednesday. We are live. So we are going to do a bunch of different paint pours today, a bunch of different techniques. We've got some 10 by 10 inch canvases, some 6 by 6 inch tiles, some 5 by 7 inch wood plaques, a 4 by 12 inch canvas, and even a dragonfly to paint. So we're going to mainly be using a lot of blues, purples, turquoises, greens, a lot of that sort of family today. So we're going to start off with this first one. And this first one, we are going to do a dirty pour. So, all right, we've got just a variety of purples and turquoise. So we've got some cheap paint turquoise. And we've got cheap paint permanent violet. And then apple barrels wisteria. The permanent violet and the wisteria both have silicone. And then this one is the cheap paint turquoise with a little bit of white, just kind of muted it down just a little bit. This one is Master's Touch turquoise green. Hey, Novella, how are you doing? Great to see you. Vivid Violet by Folk Art. And I honestly can't remember what that one is. How are you doing? Great to see you. Oh, and I have this is Peacock Blue. It is Dazzling Deco Arts Dazzling Metallics Peacock Blue. So it's a nice, beautiful metallic. Now we're going to put some more of that real lighter color in. And that is plenty. And we're just going to do a kind of a straight pour kind of thing here. Hey, Whitney, how are you doing? Oh, good, Novella. You're doing well. Good. I'm happy to see you were able to make the live stream, but I understand it's busy life just getting to work. So yeah, everybody's starting to go back to work, that's been home and stuff. So it's kind of different getting back to life, huh? So I'm going to put a little bit more purple in there, some of that permanent violet. So, all right. Now I'm just going to do a straight pour here. Everybody's doing good, good. No Larry today, just Mike. So we're just going to, actually, I was going to do a straight pour. I think I'm honestly just going to do a regular old dirty pour. Just all over ribbons. So some of what I'm going to be painting today is going to be backgrounds for this. I'm going to be doing a bunch of embellished paint pours coming up. So I need some backgrounds to embellish. So this one is not going to be one of those. But the next few that I'm going to be doing are actually going to be backgrounds for future. I've got all kinds of plans to embellish. Some just painting with some brushwork, some stencil, some all kinds of different media. Bunch of different mixed media pieces where I'm going to just add polymer clay and all kinds of media. So today's live stream, I'll be doing a lot of backgrounds, but not this one. This one's just going to be, because it's a little bit busy to be kind of like a background. The wisteria is gorgeous. It is apple barrel. I believe it's one of their multi-surface ones. So they have like 54 cent just matte acrylic just basic ones. And then they also have gloss, apple barrel gloss colors. And then they also have ones that are multi-surface. And, you know, honestly, I use a variety. The only thing I do not use on apple barrel is their just plain white. Now, I do use their gloss white. Not always, but usually like my base whites and things like that is the cheap paint. And when I say cheap paint, I mean the brand CHEEP. I'll show you one in just a moment. Let me wipe my hands. So this is my normal white I use so much of. And so when I say cheap, I mean, I don't mean like cheap in price. I mean the actual brand, cheap acrylic colors. This is what I use a lot. The turquoise in this, the darker purple. I use this whole brand so much. This is my favorite brand. The wicker white. Yeah, I don't tend to use a lot of the whites. Now, I use the gloss white in a few things, but I mainly use the different colors, like the wisteria. That was a apple barrel color. I use this is calico pink. I love the calico pink. This is lavender sachet, blue cotton. There's some of the apple barrel colors are gorgeous. And then, of course, the Craft Smart ones, a lot of the cheap ones. But you just got to learn. I tend to stay away from the whites. But all right, I'm going to move this out of the way. And then I've got a variety of ones that we're going to do that are going to be backgrounds. So this one is a 10 by 10 inch, and we're not going to do anything to it. But the next one we're going to do, and this one does have that dazzling peacock blue, that metallic. So it does have kind of a shimmery metallic to it. But we're going to get that one out of our way. And so what I have now is I have two tiles. I have two 6 by 6 inch tiles. And so this is going to be for a later video. So what this is going to be is a video of I'm going to brush a peacock like head onto it. So this is going to be the background of that peacock. So I want to put a bunch of peacock colors, and I'm going to put just on one tile. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this other tile and just squish it on top of it. And then that's going to create kind of and then I'm going to pull those apart, and that's going to be my background. So just a little bit of this turquoise green, Master's Touch. That first one was lavender sachet. This is Apple Barrel's Key West. We definitely want the peacock blue for our peacock background. So these are going to be two that I'm going to do on a later video. I'll actually brushwork paint with regular acrylic paint. I won't mix in, it won't be our mixture with Floetrol or anything. It'll be just straight acrylic paint. That once these are completely dry, I'm going to paint a peacock, like just the head portion of the peacock on here. That's probably enough of that. You use a lot of folk art paints? Yeah, I love folk art too. I use a lot of folk art as well. Folk art has some beautiful colors. Okay, we want a little bit of this darker purple. We don't need too much. We're going to squish the two tiles together. A little bit more of the turquoise. And then I'm going to also pull out some of this green color too. All right, now we're just going to This is that lighter turquoise. Now we're going to squish those together. So we just got two 6 by 6 inch tiles. You don't want to squish it too much because what you're going to do is you'll squish the paint right out. But you want to squish it, at least get it all over. And so I want to lift it this direction because it'll create kind of almost a background feathery look. That green, I believe, is Apple Barrel's Apple Tart. See, I almost dropped that second one. But we do have just a little bit of a bald spot there on the corners. No big deal. You can come in with one of your colors, these lighter purples, and just kind of help out the corner there. But these are going to be backgrounds that are for a peacock. So those kind of the peacock colors. But we just have a little bit of a bald corner here. And these are just ceramic tiles. These ones were picked up from like a Habitat for Humanity's restore. You can get them at Lowe's, Home Depot, all over. Just making sure it's right over the edge. And then I am going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a torch. You love to mix. But when you can't find a gorgeous color I can't match, I don't waste paint trying. I just buy Foca. Yes. But sometimes my main colors, my cheap paint, I pick that one brand and I really work on like really matching, mixing up and making new combinations with that one brand. And so I can understand, exactly how that one brand mixes and make all kinds of color combinations with that one brand. And then I don't really mix the colors on the other brands. I just buy any folk art color, Apple Barrel, Craft Smart, Master's Touch. I mean, any of those. I don't tend to mix and match on those because I don't want to waste them, like you had said, because I don't know how they work as well mixed together and I really know the one brand cheap paint. So pick a brand and really like learn how that one mixes together really well. But don't worry about mixing all these different colors and all these different brands. Kind of just experiment with just how one brand mixes together and making different color combinations with just the one brand. And then you'll get kind of comfortable with that without like wasting paint because you know how that brand's going to mix. So, all right, I'm going to move these aside, but these are going to get, like I had said, just like a peacock head just kind of painted up through this. So this, I can see the tile through here, a couple of spots, but honestly, I'm not worried about it because it's going to be a background. So I am going to probably paint it'll go up like this. It's upside down right now. The head will go cover that. So that'll be a later video where I show painting a peacock on here, and that'll have a lot of fun metallics and stuff for the peacock. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and set these aside. Now I have another 10 by 10 inch canvas. It's all paint. But yeah, I definitely don't want to waste a lot of times. I worry about wasting as well. So, all right, before I should have done this, but I always forget that I want to get a little bit of this extreme sheen gold mixed up. So this, oh my gosh, I'm just in love with this gold. I'm putting it in everything, but I would like to get a little bit of that mixed up. So yeah, there's such a variety in some of those, like folk art and craft smart and apple barrel. There's every color imaginable. So, you can get every shade, every color. And it's all about experimenting. And sometimes, you feel a little bit freer with experimenting with some of those cheaper paints anyways. And then sometimes if it's a new color combination, I like to do like some of these like cheap little wood things or really small tiles. Oh, this is the smallest little, I dropped it right in there. But you can also on photo paper. That's a great way to experiment with new color combinations without, wasting your canvases, wasting your materials. And tiles are cheap. So, all right, we got 1 part paint to about 3 parts Floetrol, and we got that mixed up. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do a one that's going to be white. Now this is going to be a background, so it's going to have a lot of white. This calico pink. It's going to be kind of lighter because I'm going to paint something on top of it. And then I have this rose, Craft Smart Rose. And that gold. The pink does have, the calico pink does have silicone. Yes, love gold. No, I'm not really too much of a jewelry person, honestly, if that's what you were meaning. But good looking out, good looking out. So, all right, we don't need too much. So we literally only have the 4 colors. And so this is going to be just poured straight in the middle. This is going to be a, when we're not looking for like rings, like with a tree ring, I'm literally just kind of moving this around. This is going to be a nice light background. And that gold will pop up through here just a moment. Oh yeah, the freezer paper. So you can peel the skins right off. See, that works great too. That is a great tip right there. You can pour like with in the painting pouring world, we call it skins. It's kind of a funny term, but it's our extra little paint, and you can even not just extra, you can intentionally pour them. But you can pour them onto freezer paper and then peel them off. Now that is great if you're like doing the jewelry and things like that. I've been working more a lot with like collage and like putting it through my Cricut machine and um different things like that. So I want the stiffness that the photo paper, because it doesn't peel off the photo paper like that. But I kind of want that for what I'm doing. But I can see like if you're doing like the jewelry and gluing them into the cabochons or whatever, that's such a silly word. But if you're doing that, that's a great tip. I can see where the freezer paper would, because you want to peel it off and then use. But for what I'm doing, I want that photo paper because it gives it a stiffness, and to put it through like the Cricut machine or to do like collage work and a lot of cutting out of different shapes and stuff. Um, the photo paper. So it just depends on, what your end, um, your destination for the skins are. So, all right, this is just a background. So it's just got that white, a little bit of gold peeking up through, but just pulling it back to the center. We'll give it let me wipe my hands clean. We'll give it a little bit of a torch. But a real delicate, kind of got a little bit of that gold shimmer, but not too busy, just some real light colors, because this will end up being, I'm going to actually show later putting some gold. I'm going to paint something gold on top of this. Thank you. Thank you. Just nice, subtle So I don't want it to drip on the one down below because I'm going to set it. So I'm just running my finger along this bottom edge. So at least the drips will be kind of minimal. So, all right. Butterflies would be really pretty on that. I'm actually thinking about doing some like geometric just line work in gold, really like bright, maybe the extreme sheen, but I also have some other gold that's even brighter for brushwork. So that one is kind of evolving and still doing its thing, but we're going to go ahead and get this one moved out of the way. And it'll have some fun little shimmer to it with that gold as well. But I think it's going to be a perfect background. So we're going to do a couple more that are just, these are just subtle little backgrounds, but we're going to do one in blue now. Let me get that moved out of the way. And so this one is going to be kind of like ocean background. So I want to do the center more of the lighter background, but just these corners, a little bit of a darker blue. So we're putting kind of a darker blue edge, and then I'm going to swipe some colors through kind of some lighter blues and stuff. Just spreading that out, making sure I'm just kind of covering each of the corners. The corners are always the hardest to get coverage. And this is Cobalt Blue Hue. And that's Apple Barrel, Cobalt Blue Hue. And this is another 10 by 10 inch canvas. So, all right, now I'm going to do a whole bunch of white. And then I'm going to kind of swipe some blues kind of up through that. Actually, we need more white. But anyways, this is going to be a background again, but think of kind of a underwater kind of scene going on. So we're going to kind of swipe these colors through. A little bit of a dark, whoops, that one's not working. Because we kind of want the center to be a little bit more of the lighter going out to darker, like underwater. Now I'm literally just going to take my finger and swipe through this. I'm just gently kind of running across the top, just feathering across the top. I was watching Bob Ross the other night, and he said, 2 hairs and some air, just lightly, 2 hairs and some air. So just lightly, like you got 2 hairs and some air. Do you all watch we have a Roku, like a streaming device, a Roku. So we just learned the other day you can go to the channel, the Roku channel, and then you can put in they have a live option. They have a ton of channels for free on the live option on Roku. Okay, I need to add just a little bit more paint here because I'm starting to run out of, it's not enough paint here on those edges. I'm going to go back in with a little bit of this cobalt blue hue, but you can kind of see how we've got a lighter center, and then we go on to have a darker outside, kind of like an under the sea. Can you kind of imagine that? So we had a few bald spots. I was just putting in a little bit of that blue, and now I'm gonna real lightly swipe. Real lightly swipe. That Key West, that's beautiful. It's got some beautiful lacing over it. The Key West did have silicone in it. That's giving us that lacing when I swipe over it. But all right. I just see a couple little areas, and it's much easier to do without a glove, to be honest with you, but there we go. You do, Novala, did you know that? Have you gone on to the channel, the Roku channel on your Roku, and then gone to live channels? There is a Bob Ross channel. There's all kinds of cooking channels. There's a Tiny House Nation channel. We just discovered this. So I've had Bob Ross playing a lot just in the background, you know, when I'm working on painting projects or different stuff. I just play it in the background and let it just play. But all right, so this is another kind of just a background. I'm going to paint something oceany on this one. So let me go ahead and get that moved out of the way. Big long reach. All right, let's get that one moved out of the way, but it's got some beautiful kind of lacing through that one. Yes, I love Bob Ross. And I did not know that you could get, it's an actual Bob Ross channel. I did not know that. So, all right, this one is going to be another kind of oceany one, but this one is going to be a dirty pour. And so we are going to grab one of our yogurt cups. We're just using yogurt cups. So we want a bunch of white. This is going to be another kind of background, so kind of lighter, our lighter blues. That was blue cotton. This is China blue. Those are both apple barrel colors. China blue has been discontinued though. This is scuba, an apple barrel color. So a lot of whites. Key West, a lot of blues, real light kind of teals, blues. And then I do want to put just a little bit of this darker, and that is ultramarine blue cheap paint. And some of this metallic and some more white. So another kind of ocean background. We're going to go ahead and put some of that. Oh, Agatha Christie, yes. Oh yes, Novala, you had mentioned that once before. Yes, I have. I wrote that down in my little notebook. Sometimes after live streams, if I want to remember something, and I have that written down in one of my notebooks. Thank you so much. I haven't gotten a chance to order any, but yes, you had mentioned that the color, the folk art color glacier, is very similar to that China blue. So yeah, I have that on my list. I'm going to be getting that soon. My next order, I'm going to try to put that in. Thank you. Yes. So we're putting, it looks like quite a bit, but this has those beveled edges. So you're going to want it to go all the way down over those edges. And this one might be a little too busy to be a background. Once they dry, sometimes I decide I really like them and they don't become backgrounds and they just stay the way they are. So I'm not sure with this one. I got a little bit darker colors than what I was wanting for just the background, but you know, I'm kind of really liking it too. So may just go in a different direction with this one. I'm not sure. So, the month of December, I just want to mention I will not be live on Wednesdays during the month of December. I will only be live on December 11th. I will be having a little Christmas party here on the channel. I'm going to be pouring frosting on cookies, doing like cake, like paint pour techniques, but on cookies. And then I'm going to be doing a bunch of giveaways. I'm going to be giving away a little bit of the cheap paints. I'm going to be giving away a bunch of just art things, art supplies, split cups. I'm going to be doing a bunch of just fun games. So make sure to, if you can, try to be here on December 11th. And also, the more the merrier. So try to spread the word wherever you can. Try to share. I've already scheduled the stream. So there's a scheduled live stream for December 11th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I can't wait. It's going to be super fun. So I am loving this one too. Thank you, Novala. This one turned out really pretty. And I just don't know if it's really going to be a background. It just looks gorgeous on its own. I'm not sure it needs too much added to it. So it's got that beautiful extreme sheen, which just dries such a beautiful, gorgeous gold. And it also has the peacock blue that has metallic in it. So it's going to have some beautiful shimmer. So I'm going to go ahead and set this one aside, but wow, I'm loving this one. And sometimes you just have to, you know, go with whatever that one needs at the time. I was going to do something different with that one, but it needed to be left to not be a background. So, all right, got another. I have a 4 by 12 inch. Hi, Hash TV, welcome. Welcome, thank you. How are you? So we're doing acrylic pours here. And so I have a 4 by 12 inch canvas. We're going to use the same cup we used earlier. We're going to do another kind of mermaid color dirty pour. Welcome. And so we have some of that wisteria, some of this permanent violet, the master's touch, just a touch of that, just a little bit. Raid says, all right. So we have a little bit of that vivid violet, some Key West. So we're just going with some kind of teals, purples. It kind of reminds me of mermaid, lavender sachet, cheap paints turquoise. And we have some of that peacock blue. And I think I'm going to throw some of that china blue just to kind of lighten that all up a little bit. And then we're just going to do a dirty pour on this one. So this one, the colors that have silicone are the turquoise, the cheap paint turquoise, the permanent violet, the wisteria, and I believe that's it for this one. So this should be enough. We're just going to go ahead and do a dirty pour back and forth. Now this is a gallery wrapped canvas, so it is almost 2 inches. So, oh, awesome. I have always wanted to do scuba diving. Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. Your mom is a scuba diver. Awesome. That is super cool. Yeah, that Key West. That is Apple Barrel Key West. And that is a beautiful color. I really like that one. And it goes really well with the purples and the other turquoises. So we're just tilting it back and forth. Now this is a deep canvas, so we want it to get all the way over those edges. Kind of just helping it along with my thumb. Back to the center a little bit. It's kind of hard with these longer ones, but kind of back to the center. Down over the edge, back to the center. All right. So I did start a TikTok recently where I'm doing my paint pours. And so today's TikTok is a very similar color combination. I just posted a video over there, just a little 1-minute video doing a very similar pour to this one I just did. So now we're just taking our torch, just giving it a little bit of a torch, not much. It already had pretty much all the cell action we were going to have. Wow, so cool. She's been diving since 1996. Just recently retired. Oh, that is so awesome. What part of the world is she diving in? I have always wanted to dive with, like, I just love sea turtles. I would love to dive and swim with the sea turtles. And I know there's like experiences in Hawaii, but I don't know. I also wanted to be, very respectful of their habitat as well. So I know there's some that are run very well and respect the habitat, and then there's some not so well. So I would have to research the place for sure. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get this one moved aside. But a lot of purples and teals and kind of mermaid colors going on today. So, all right, going to get this one moved. And then we're going to do this dragonfly. Similar colors. And this dragonfly is just a wood dragonfly. It's a pretty good size. It is very thin, but it was at the Dollar Tree. It's from the Dollar Tree. Diving in Mexico. All right. Oh, fun. Oh, yeah, no worries, no ball. I can see where that got a little confusing for sure. Yes. Uh, uh, that would be super fun too, some skydiving. So, all right, I've got a little bit of, but I think I could actually go. It sounds fun. Both of them sound fun, but I think I could actually do the scuba diving. I don't think I could actually get myself to skydive. I don't know. So we're just going to do a dirty pour, and we might do a little bit of swiping around, doing similar, same colors, and we're going to do it right on this dragonfly. And then this dragonfly will be brought up in a later video, embellishing a canvas with it. So that's going to be cool. But we definitely want to get some extreme sheen gold for a dragonfly, for sure. And we also have that metallic blue. Mike says he is not a fan of either diving. No, 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 he says. So, all right, I think we have enough paint there. Oh, wow. Touched a whale once. That would be super cool. We have some awesome video of whales off the coast of Oregon a couple of summers ago. Now, we definitely were nowhere near close to touch them, but we were only about 40 to 50 feet away. They were down below us at a lookout area on the Oregon coast. And it was really cool because at that same time, the students from Oregon State University came to do their research. So they were talking and answering questions for the crowd and everything. So we got to learn a lot about the wells that we were watching. And normally, we have migratory wells that go up and down the coast throughout the year. Now, this was a pod of wells that just stay stationary. They only go about 50 to 100 miles back and forth, but they stay on the Oregon coast year round. So that was so cool to be able to be there and experience that and see the wells very up close. They were they a lot of the bait, what is it they were feeding on? Something they were feeding on right up against the cliffs. And we were looking down, they were like down below us. But it was cool to have the science students there and the professors. And so they were able to answer questions and tell us all about what we were looking at. So that was cool. But they're down there on something to do with the kelp. I know that. I can't remember exactly. So we're just trying to go back and forth to get it, and we're going to lose some down below this. We should have done this on a canvas. We would lose less, but so I will use a little bit of blowing techniques to get this completely covered, a little bit of swiping. We may have to get just a little bit more paint here as well. I am going to go ahead and get a little bit more paint. Oh, have you skydived? Most incredible thing you can ever do. Oh, wow. Have you skydived? And if so, where did you skydive? That is so awesome. I just don't know if I could do it though. That's pretty scary. That's brave. That is pretty cool. I don't know. So, all right, we're just going to cover a couple of these areas. We're just kind of doing ribbon pour throughout, trying to get it mostly covered. We will end up with a few bald spots, but what we can do is we can come back in with our aquarium tubing to blow it out. We can come back in with a palette knife and just kind of swipe those areas. We can even come back in with our finger and just kind of finger swipe through some of those areas. But now we got the majority covered. We can kind of just fill in those bald spots. But what I'll do is I'll come in with my aquarium tubing to start with. This dragonfly is from the Dollar Tree. It is from the Dollar Tree. It is pretty flimsy, I will tell you that. But thankfully it was all in one piece. I was able to find two of them. And but yeah, I think it's something new at the Dollar Tree. I had not seen them before, but I am just going to use my finger. I started to blow it, but the paint was just really not wanting to move. So we're going to put that crayon tubing away. I always put it around my neck. Sometimes I will be doing other things, cooking. I had been painting maybe earlier in the day, and then I realized, oh gosh, I have aquarium tubing just around my neck. It's kind of my usual accessory anymore. So we are literally just now, every once in a while, you might have to wipe your finger clean because it starts to kind of get a lot of color on there, starting to muddy up. But if you're just kind of tap, tap, tapping, you can kind of spread it out. And make sure you get all coverage, but that gold, oh, I can already tell that's going to be gorgeous. But I bought 2 of these, so I'm not sure if it's going to be this one or the other one of these dragonflies, but one is going to for sure get placed onto a canvas. So let me see. Now you just got to look at it a little bit, see if you have any bald spots. Now, it does have all these grooves that paint has really, you can go through and just blow that out, so make sure it dries with the holes still there. Like, see, it had bubbles in it. Oh, the Midwest over farm fields. That's probably the safest. No, that is definitely still bat. I don't know if I can even say that. If I will, bat wing crazy. I'll say it like you did. The perfect way of saying it and stop being censored. Or I guess I'm censoring myself in a way. Still just peeking a couple little spots there, but I do think that gold, whew, it's gonna. But 205 times, that is amazing. Wow. That is awesome. That is super brave. Super brave. So, wow. Yeah, I don't think I could even do it once, but that is awesome. So I'm going to move this one aside, and we have one more tile, one more plaque. We have a couple more for today. And then we have a 10, what do I have? 10 by 10 inch. I have another 10 by 10 or 10 by 20 inch kind of finale. So, Mike, I have a huge spider right here. Oh my God. I cannot do, just a moment. Just a moment. It's going up the camera. Okay. Oh my Lord. Oh my God, it's going to fall in the paint. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's one of those things I'm not particularly like scared of. I have other people in the family that are very scared of that. But it just shocked me. It was all of a sudden just right there. And I was like, So all right, sorry about that. Momentary little, all right, trying to get it to where it's not going to go over the edge quite as much. Oh gosh. Thankfully Mike was right there. He came right over and got it. Oh my Lordy, that was kind of funny. So we're going to go ahead and do some more of those pinks and white and a real light background kind of. Yes, Mike definitely, yeah, we're okay. Mike rescued me. He got it. It was going on, it was on the cord to the camera. So it was all of a sudden just right there. All right, so we've got some of that calico pink, some of that extreme sheen gold, and I am going to grab a little bit of a darker pink, throw it in there too. That is Cheap Paint's magenta. Oh, that was kind of funny, huh? Yes. All right. Took care of that. Okay, so this is another 5 by 7 inch plaque. It does have those beveled edges. We want to make sure we get down and over. So, all right. That should be plenty of paint. As I grab more pink. That should be plenty of pink, and I grab more. It was not super cute. All right. That pink and gold. Very pretty. Just doing ribbons through, getting the last little bit. Then we'll tilt to that guy. That was funny. Never had that happen on a live stream, huh? Just getting it down over all them edges. Whew, that gold though. Gonna kind of help it on a couple of the edges. Just gonna set it down real quick. I'm gonna show you what I've been doing. So I need to see the back side. I just got my little mirror, and then I can sit here and make sure I get the back side. That's a great way to be able to see all the with your little mirror. To make sure you've got good coverage there. Yes, another beautiful. I'm loving those pinks. They're kind of a corally orangey pink, so they play really well with the gold. Gave it a little bit of a torch. The couple of the colors I had shaken just before the stream, mixed up just before the stream, but otherwise it didn't really it had a couple of bubbles, but not really too much cell action going on. Additional cell action. I already had all the cells, but the torch didn't really help it. Sometimes it will. Yes, I cannot get enough of that gold. I use probably way too much of it. So we are going to go ahead and set that aside. But I honestly think this one would be beautiful if I took and put really bright like gold glitter and put that unicorn on there with gold glitter. Glitter up the unicorn and put it on there. Oh, that would look pretty. But we'll see. We'll see. But that is something I am working on, is a whole series of embellished paint pours. So, all right, we're going to do a swipe with some of these lighter kind of pastel colors. We're just going to swipe through with a palette knife. That Wisteria does have silicone. We're going to put some white. Just getting it all over, just in a random. Nope, I don't seal the wood or anything. We just, once it's dry, after the paint pours dry, we put seal it with polyacrylic. But I honestly haven't really had an issue. I don't need to prep the wood in any way. All right, gonna grab a palette knife. And we're just gonna kind of swipey through this. I think I want to put just a little bit of kind of medium, not too much. So this is just going to kind of be some real soft pastel background. Kind of a big palette knife for this project, but that's all right. We make it work. This is a 6x6 ceramic tile, and I don't really prep these other than usually they're pretty clean. I've gotten them from Habitat for Humanity, where they're kind of been dirty, been sitting around in the warehouse or on a job site. If they're dusty or have any sort of anything on them, the only way I prep the ceramic tile is sometimes with a alcohol wipe or just some rubbing alcohol. And that's only if it's like visibly dusty, visibly dirty. Sometimes you can buy them by the case from like Lowe's, especially the 4-inch tiles. They're usually pretty clean. They usually don't even need an alcohol wipe because they've been in their case. But if you buy loose tiles or get them from Habitat for Humanity, just wipe them with an alcohol wipe. You just got to make sure they're nice and clean. But other than that, I don't prep the tiles in any way either. But I also don't sell them as coasters. I used to sell them as coasters, and honestly, I cannot find a really good fit. I don't do resin. I just don't do resin. And so I don't really have a good answer for a finish for coasters. So I don't do coasters. Yeah, when everything gets varnished, the gold just pops. Yes, that extreme sheen gold, when everything gets all nice and varnished, it pops. But there's just nice little pastel swipe there on a tile. All right. So we have one more 10 by 10 inch canvas. And then after this last 10 by 10 inch canvas, we will then move to a 10 by 20 inch toilet paper roll paint pour is what I'm going to be doing. So, all right, this one is we're going to use, actually, we're just going to use this pink because we're going to finish off that pink. We're just going to use the cup and everything for it. We're going to do just a variety. This one is going to be, should we do a flip cup? We haven't done a flip cup in a little while. Just going to put a variety of the colors we've been using today. That wisteria, that turquoise, some of this vivid violet. We're going to do a flip cup. I'm going to go ahead and throw some of this green in there. I know it's like kind of contrasting kind of a green, but I think it'll look fun. Little pops of it. We have probably got plenty of paint, but we're going to do a little bit more. Whoa, that one just wanted to shoot out. Oh my gosh, last night I had a disaster with paint. I dropped one of these squeeze bottles. I dropped it on the floor and the spout thing broke off and turquoise paint squirted all the way down my hallway. I think I got it all cleaned up though. I think I have it all cleaned up. But yeah, that was late last night. I was painting late in the night, trying to be nice and quiet, not wake anybody up. I knock over the paint bottle and break the top off, and it just squirts turquoise down the hall. Green is good. Green is good. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and do a flip cup. But we're going to do, we did a flip cup. Now we're going to take and we're going to put a little bit more white. And so when we flip that cup over, we're going to flip that up kind of in that white. All right, that should be plenty. Now I'm going to flip it like this. I'm not going to go straight up. And I did go ahead and just do one wisp, kind of swipe through it. Just trying to get that last little bit out. Now I'm going to go ahead and torch this before I tilt it. So you can torch it. You don't have to torch it at all. But if you're going to torch it, you can torch it before you tilt it. You can torch it after you tilt it. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and help it to the back here. Back to the center. We're going to go ahead and go to this other. Oh, see, and we kind of faltered that corner, but we'll fix it. All right. Back to the center and then to the last edge. But that is one way you can get kind of a variety of cell sizes and kind of some larger cells that I'm getting is by torching it before you tilt it. Just pulling that design kind of more to the center. All right, let me wipe my hands off, and then you can torch it again at this point too. I think I'm going to strategically torch it in a couple areas, but not on the whole thing. So, all right. It's kind of given almost a Lisa Frank vibe. So I'm going to torch kind of a line. But nothing really going on, nothing really happening when I torch it. But not sure if this one will be a background or if this one will be because what I'm doing these backgrounds for is this embellishing series I will be doing. There'll be a whole bunch of videos on embellishing paint pours in all kinds of different ways, like thinking totally outside the box, adding all kinds of medias to the paint pours. All right, so I am going to go ahead and get that out of the way. So we have dirty pours, flip cups, swipes, all kinds of different paint pours today. All kinds of different surfaces, all kinds of different sizes, just all kinds. So we do have one last one, and that is a 10 by 20 inch. Let me get that out of the way safely. Let me grab a couple of these cups. And then we'll get a 10 by 20 inch canvas here. And I just use these yogurt cups. They work great. We'll just use this one. All right, now we have one last 10 by 20 inch canvas, and we're going to do, oh, perfect. It fits in the, we're going to do a toilet paper roll paint pour. So awesome. Very pleasing, beautiful. Oh, thank you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this lavender sachet. It does not have silicone. All of these paints are mixed just the same. All of them are the same consistency. They're mixed up 1 part paint, 3 parts Floetrol. Some of them I try to say which ones have silicones, not all of them. I try to say which ones do and don't. Sometimes I forget 1 or 2. But usually like the craft paints in the little bottles that we were talking about, they do not need any additional water. Now, if you're using tube paints, you're going to do 1 part paint, 3 parts Floetrol, and then just a little bit of water at a time until you get the consistency you're wanting. So, all right, we need a nice base of that purple, and then we're going to do a toilet paper roll paint pour through the purple with kind of these same colors we've been doing today. Some teals, some turquoise. We have put that last little bit of that gold because we just cannot resist adding a little gold to it. And that extreme sheen gold, a lot of times the gold will sink and you'll lose a lot of your metallic or your gold. We have got plenty of paint on here. I put probably a little bit too much. So what we're going to do here in just a moment is we're going to pull a little bit of that off. No worries. So what you can do is just get it spread all about. Make sure you got your whole cover, your edges and everything. And this is going to be a toilet paper roll. You can use, I like to use napkin rings. You can use just a cup with the bottom cut off. So essentially an open cup, an open cylinder. But I like, you can use, paper towel rolls, all kinds of things. So now I've got a little bit too much paint. So I'm just going to kind of scoop some of this up and then re-spread it in that little area. All right, so that'll be plenty of paint for later on. I'll do something small with that. And the Floetrol, the reason that it's so nice is it's self-leveling. So it'll level this all out beautifully for you. All right, so now we're going to use those same colors. Some of the teals, some of the same purples to do a toilet paper roll. So we're just going to place it here. We're going to add our colors in, and then we're going to simply just drag it through. So, all right, we're going to put some of that wisteria down at the bottom. Some of the turquoise. That Key West. The permanent violet. This is almost gone. Master's Touch Green, which is also almost gone. And we're going to put some of that Vivid Violet. Of course, some of that. That's that Dazzling Metallics with the Peacock Blue. A little bit more of the turquoise. We're going kind of back through the colors now a little bit. We really don't need all that much more. I try to put the Extreme Sheen Gold kind of towards the top when I'm going to use it on something like this. Then it'll just kind of drag it through the top. But real quick, I wonder if I could show you without it dripping. I probably cannot. I want to show you. If it drips, I'll fix it. Look at this one. Oh my gosh. So it did drip, a tiny drip, but I'm not worried about where it dripped. I'll show you. It dripped a tiny drip right there by the toilet paper tube. We're using similar colors. We'll just cover that up when we go to pull it through. No big deal. So, all right, let me peek in there and see how much we got. We got probably plenty. But just to be safe, I want to throw a little bit more of that turquoise, a little bit more of that. And then we're going to throw that gold on top. And then, so this is kind of our last grand finale for the day. We're just going to finish with all that gold. All right. So I am just going to tap that down just a little bit, that color. And now as you're pulling it through, you're kind of just feathering it up and letting little bits out at a time. And I don't want to just go straight across. I want to kind of, so it kind of breaks it up. And sometimes I twist as I'm pulling it, I'm kind of twisting sometimes. So I'm going to come back over here and just pull the design kind of a little bit more to the edge with the edge of it there. Oops, not a big deal. We had a drop. All right, now we're going to go ahead and tilt that out. Let me wipe my hands. Tilt this out. Kind of pull it a little bit more sew action out. But we're going to have that purple negative space. But we're just kind of got that puddle in the center that we're pulling it out a little bit. You want to be kind of gentle, not too hurried. All right, just a moment. Is it in? Gotta see if it's in frame. All right, gonna give it a little bit of torch. I do see a few air bubbles. And then what I like to do on these ones is then at this point come in with the aquarium tubing. Ooh, the torch brought a few ones up here, but the aquarium tubing, I just come in with these edges. Wow, that shimmer. Not when I just kind of blew it right up and over the edge. All right. Love it. Love it. Everyone's awesome. Good. I'm loving it too. Awesome. Kind of same color range we were doing. All right. So it's got that metallic peacock blue. Oh gosh, that really pops there. And then that gold. Kind of got to catch your breath every once in a while here. Hey, Cookie Lady, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. So this is a 10 by 20 inch canvas, and it was done with the toilet paper roll. One of my favorite techniques. What are your favorite techniques? My favorite techniques are like a toilet paper roll, a swipe, and a dirty pour. That you can probably tell by watching my channel, by watching this live stream in general, but I really like swipes, dirty pours, and either a napkin ring pour or a toilet paper roll pour. But I really like both of those, like an open cylinder. Just kind of stretching it a little bit that direction, not too much though, just slightly. And you have a good 20-30 minutes to work. I mean, it definitely depends on your environment, how warm it is, but our home is about 68 to 70 degrees, and we then tend to have about a half an hour to work with the paint pour. You can move it around, you can swipe at it, do whatever you want for about a half hour. Gently blowing over the top of this because I could see that that darker purple was trying to kind of peek out below. So I'm just gently, and not at an angle, I'm straight down at it. So experiment with coming in straight down at it, at angles, experiment with all that. So, all right. You like funnels and ring pours. Yes, those are so awesome too. Great ones too. You so enjoyed this. Oh, yes. I'm so happy you were able to make it. And I'm so sorry you haven't been able to make some of the live streams lately. Now, December will be taking off Wednesdays. We are not going to be live on Wednesdays the whole month of December. We're going to be doing our little Christmas party on December 11th. But otherwise, we will not be live on our Wednesdays. Now, for the rest of November, we will be live every Wednesday. And so I've already scheduled those live streams in. But if you can't make it, I completely understand. I so understand if you can't make it. But we really do enjoy your company, and we enjoy chatting with you when you are able to make it. But I understand if you can't make it. I mean, it's definitely more important things out there. So I just love playing in the paint. Uh, so first thing you saw was a sun with a pair of glasses. Oh, yes. See, I love when you see different things. A sink strainer. Yes, I love some. I'll have to get my, so those I haven't done in so long. I'll have to get my funnels out again and my sink strainers. I have quite a few of those things. I do have a fun series coming up that'll kind of incorporate some of those fun tools. So I can't wait to do that. But that's actually going to be probably coming in January, a new fun tool, paint pour tool series. Like, the tools like funnels and sink strainers, all those fun things that we use for our paint pouring that are just regular household items. But yeah, everybody seems to like a ring pour. Yeah, ring pours are pretty awesome. That is, yeah. Yes, the squeaky dog toy. I got a squeaky dog toy, and I've done a couple of pours here on the channel, pouring over that squeaky dog toy, and that was a surprising pour. I've done a couple of them, and they turned out beautifully with a squeaky dog toy, like a dog bone, like a bone-shaped toy from the Dollar Tree. I did some pours. That was an awesome pour, kind of a surprising little tool. But oh, the dip in bubble wrap. Yeah, that's a good one. That's an awesome one. And I love to do the reverse dips like the Fiona Art does, where she does her Fiona flowers, where she does a flower and then does you can do those with saran wrap, or you can also do those with bubble wrap as well. Yes, dips are awesome. Dips are super fun. I like to do dips on magnets and smaller items. Yeah, so many good ones. Good ideas. You did the dog toy. It was cool. Got mixed opinions. Oh, sometimes that happens. And it's funny because it's usually the opposite opinion of what like I have of my own art. I will think something sucks and I'm like, I don't like this one. This one sucks. And everybody else really likes it. And then the ones that I really like, other people I kind of get mixed opinions. So that happens from time to time. Sometimes you'll get mixed opinions, but I'm sure it was lovely. I'm sure it was lovely. Oh, hey, Kathy, welcome. Yeah, well, you're not too terribly new. You're somewhat new to the channel, but you've been around a little bit. But you're kind of a newbie, but not too new. Uh, it was watched a video the other day. It was lovely. Well, thank you so much. Thank you. Which video was it that you I know that you've commented on a few videos recently. So which one were you watching that you really stands out to you and you really enjoyed the most? Which of the videos recently kind of stands out? But this one here was done with a toilet paper ring. It's just a toilet paper and some purples, some teals. It's got some of that extreme sheen gold. And so I did, how many pours have we done today? We did 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 paint pours today. So I've been live since 2 o'clock, but I'll stick around and chat for a moment longer. But I'm done pouring for today. We have poured 12 different paint pours. We did quite a few 10 by 10 inch canvases, a few 5 by 7 inch wood plaques, a beautiful dragonfly from the Dollar Tree, a couple of 6 by 6 inch tiles. We've done just a variety today. Yeah, busy, busy, busy today. Oh, Janice, you're just in time. I was actually going to end the live stream. We're done pouring, but you're not the only one. Quite a few people are coming in. So I'll go ahead and stick around and chat for a moment. But we had just a variety today. So we did this dragonfly. Let me hope it doesn't drip. Let me put my hand over this. Well, hopefully won't drip, but we did this dragonfly. That is from the Dollar Tree. That's a new item in their kind of craft wood section. I did this kind of pastel swipe. And then we have a few that I'm worried will drip because they're kind of leaning over the edge. But what I'll have to do is I'll have to take a picture and put them maybe on my community tab or something like that. We did quite a bit of turquoises and purples and kind of mermaid vibe colors. So everybody saying hello to everybody. Awesome, awesome. Oh, you dipped the dragonfly and your friend loved it. You know what? I thought about it. A lot of times with those intricate wood items that have a lot of holes and things, that is a great idea to do with them, to dip them. That is a good idea. Yes. Awesome. So, all right. So great to see. Do you guys all know each other? That is awesome. Great to see everybody saying hello, chatting with each other. We did a variety of dirty pours, of swipes. We did a flip cup, just a whole variety today. So yeah, and we did a couple of them that are going to be backgrounds. So they were kind of very basic, very kind of light. We did a pink one, pink and white with not too much color, kind of subtle, because it is going to have a background. I'm going to do some gold geometric kind of shapes on top. So some of the paint pours today will be actually backgrounds for this embellishing series that I'm working on. I'm working on a whole series of embellishing paint pours in all kinds of different ways, kind of thinking outside the box on embellishing the paint pours, and a lot of like mixed media and adding all kinds of different materials and media to the paint pours to embellish them. So, oh, thank you, thank you. This one has the it is the let me grab it and I'll show you. It's got right through, like, here is this peacock pearl dazzling metallics. Ooh, that is so pretty. And then it has some of that extreme sheen gold. So it's going to have a nice shimmer to it once it dries. So yeah, I've been working on the embellishment series is going to take me a little while because I'm doing a lot of backgrounds, and then those backgrounds have to dry before I can then embellish them. And then some of the embellishing even has some steps to it that I have to let dry. So these videos are taking a little bit more future planning and planning out each step so I can make sure they dry to do the next video. So those are going to take me a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of thinking outside the box, some different ideas. So, but yeah, we did 12 different paint pours today. So we did a lot, but I do think I'm going to go ahead that we're done an hour and 23 minutes. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I'm so sorry to those that came in a little bit late. It's just lovely chatting with each of you guys each week, catching up on everybody, getting to know everybody a little bit more. Like, I would have never known Novala has skydived so many times. We were talking about skydiving and scuba diving. So you never know what subject will come up and what we talk about. And it's just fun to get to know you guys and get to know, what other than painting and paint pouring, what else you got going on and stuff like that. So it's super fun chatting with all you guys and getting to know every one of you guys. And so I really appreciate all you guys and appreciate your support and just getting to know you guys. It's super fun. And so thank you for being a part of our YouTube family here. We're kind of all YouTube, kind of somewhat a little family. And thank you for being a part of that. And so I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. But I am going to go ahead and get off of here. I try to keep it about an hour, but we're at an hour and 25 minutes already. So Janice says, excited to rewatch. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your support and thank you for watching. And I really do appreciate all of you guys. So let me know if you have any questions. You can always ask questions in the comments. You can get a hold of me on other, I'm on all kinds of different social media under the same name. So just let me know if you guys have any other questions. And I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. But thank you so much. And you guys have an awesome, awesome week. And I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. So be the change you want to see in the world, guys. Be the change you want to see in the world. Have a good one.